Happy Friday night, everyone. Welcome to another podcast episode with
Nick
and Nadine. And so we are here to cover the tough stuff. Okay, so we're going to have conversations about trending topics and things that have been circulating the internet lately. Topics that we found very interesting and that we really wanted to discuss. And so this next topic that we're going to be discussing today, as you can see in the title, is about marriage and extramarital pregnancy. Okay, so where do we begin? Nick. Okay, so Nick was in a group he's in a group on WhatsApp, and the topic came up in discussion.
There's a video. It was a video about there's a video.
Okay.
On the topic.
So yeah, it was a video, and if my memory serves me correct, I was trying to find the video so I could insert a little clip so you guys could see exactly what the situation is. But since we could not find the video, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you a quick briefing. So you have the man and the woman. We are going to assume there was some type of marriage. It was a viral video that was trending. You guys might have seen it. And I guess in the video, the man had a woman that he had gotten pregnant outside of the relationship, either before marriage or after marriage or at some point during the relationship. The point is, they are married and together now, and they have children of their own together, I think, potentially before and after the fact. Now, the child comes to visit their household, and when the child comes to visit, I guess the woman does care for the child, but she says that she cannot treat the child like her own. Is that what the discussion was?
Yeah, I'm trying to drag my memory on what it says.
Yeah,
I think she wasn't as attentive to the child as she was with her
own children.
With her own kids.
Okay.
And I just remembered. So it was, I think the kid was complaining to his dad about not getting some candy, or she didn't give him as many candy as she gave her own kids. Mm-hmm. And that caused a whole issue where the dad was talking to his wife and saying, "How can you do that? This is my kid, blah 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 blah. You know, you need to treat him just like you treat the rest of them," and yada yada yada. And she proceeded to say, I'm not going to treat him like my kid because it's not my kid, and it's your kid. You need to deal with it. So that's where the whole thing started.
Okay.
So
this woman was extremely heated. You could see that she was visibly very hurt by the scenario. So when I initially saw the video, I felt like at first I really didn't understand the full scenario. And I looked at her like, this is his child. Like, why would you want to treat him any differently than all the other kids that you have together, right? But as the video progressed, I slowly kind of understood exactly what was going on, which was he cheated. So he is a cheater with an extramarital pregnancy, and she is having to deal with the results of his not prior to marriage, but extramarital affair, okay, which is a child, and that is a really tough deal. So I kind of started to look at it from a few different angles. And by the way, as we're going, I definitely want you guys to put what you're thinking down below. There probably is a perfect answer for this, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. But we're not like here to judge what the perfect answer is, or whether somebody's right, or whether somebody's wrong.
Yeah, we're not trying to be perfect, guys. We're just giving our opinion on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not nothing written down or anything. So
there's no rule book here.
Yeah.
There are kind of some rules for marriage and relationship.
The relationship experts, police out there, don't get me, please. I'm begging you.
Don't come for us, because we're just like, yeah. So obviously the correct standard of a relationship is to not have an extramarital affair. So we all know that, okay? But in the event that it happened, and I'm pretty sure that some people out there have experienced this, okay? Extramarital affairs that may have created children, okay? And so we want all different viewpoints, even if you know somebody who it has happened to, first-hand experience, whatever it is, please chime in. Okay. So
let me talk. Can I speak? All right, guys. So this is what happened. So let me get a little backdrop again on what she said. I'm kind of gonna breeze through it real fast. So this man.
Why are we repeating ourselves?
No, this man so they could get my point.
Okay.
I'm building up to my point.
Okay.
So this man had his wife, and for some reason, the husband went out and have a kid with somebody else, either before he knew his wife or after he was in a relationship with his wife.
No, it was after.
For whatever reason.
It was after.
But for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. I'm building up my point. This is my point.
I know, but Nick, you have to get it straight.
No, but
this thing happened after. That's significant. It happened after they were in a relationship.
No. We don't know. I don't know.
No. We know. Because later in the video, she said it. She said you went out there and created that baby while we were in a relationship. Okay. So it's your problem.
Okay, all right. So he stepped out of the marriage and went and have a kid, right? So my point on it is,
either before they got married or after. We don't really know that.
It doesn't matter.
They're in a relationship.
Whatever. He has a kid. What we know is there's an extra kid. There's a kid there, right? That doesn't belong to his wife.
Yeah.
All right. So however that kid came about, it doesn't matter. There's a kid there that belongs to him, and it's not
the wife. Okay.
So my take on it is, if you as a female, as a woman, if you forgive your husband, and once you forgive your husband, you're accepting everything that comes with that. Would you agree? If you forgive somebody for something, you're saying, you know what? I'm gonna give you a second chance. I'm gonna work with you, and we're gonna work it through, right?
Okay. So we agree on this part. Okay. So if you are a woman and you decide that he's cheated, it's known, he has unraveled himself to you, it's out in the open, there's no secret, we know that there is a baby, and little Peanut over here has now been birthed and brought into the world. Yeah. So we have come clean, and we hope that he is no longer cheating.
Yeah.
And this is a rough one, but if you decide to forgive, now I'm always going to go back to the Bible on everything. So in the Bible, there is a clause for cheating, and it does give an exception to leave your spouse if there has been an extramarital affair and your heart just can't handle the results of that. Okay, whether there's a kid or not. So remember, you have decided to forgive. And what does forgiveness entail?
Yeah.
Forgive means that you're going to try to move forth and work through the situation.
Yeah. So this is the thing. So back to my point. So the thing is, okay, she forgave him. Obviously she did, because the kid was able to come to the house and be there for, it seemed like, extended period of time. And where I get upset about the whole thing is, the kid, I think the wife, I think she was really in her feelings, because if you forgive him, you forgive him, and the kid has nothing, the kid didn't ask to be here, like the kid did not ask to be here. So when you're gonna treat the kid unfairly and let the kid feel like an outcast, I think that's when I have a problem. Like, if you're gonna deal with your husband, you can deal with him. But when it comes to the kid, I don't think any child should feel any ways or any kind of different just because that's not their mom or that's not their father. Mm-hmm. If they're in a household and they're welcome to the household and they're already there, they should get treated just like any other of the kids that's there. So that's when I had an issue. Once you start messing with the kids, then that's a problem. So, I mean, if she want to get mad at her husband and continually get mad at him, well, they could so big. They're adults, right?
Hash it out and keep the kids out of it.
But once you start involving the kid, and like I said, it started over some candy. Like, she would not give the kid the candy, but she'll give her kids a candy. And I think that's where the father got upset, started yelling at her, and that's how they started arguing. And she started saying, "This is your problem, not my problem," yada yada yada, and all this. Mm-hmm. And I think that was really bad. And as a woman, that should never happen, because I said it's gonna affect the kids. And the kids did not ask to be here. Mm-hmm. So regardless of what it is, I don't care what situation it is. Once you start disrespecting the kids, then I got an issue. So you guys, you see how serious I am about that when it comes to the kids, right? So that's my point of view on it.
Okay, so I totally agree. I believe a child is totally innocent, without fault or guilt. So, women, if you run into a situation like this, and I don't know everything, but I know this: if you decide to move forward in this relationship, if you decide to move forward, you have to think. You technically have to embrace the child as well as the man. I don't believe for the first little bit, it would be rough, and I can understand needing the time to kind of like adjust your mind and your thoughts, especially depending on how the whole scenario plays out. But I don't believe in, the child can't come here, or the child can't be a part of this household, or intermingle with our other children because you cheated. You cheated, and it's your problem. You keep your problem out there and you figure it out there. Personally, if I'm going to do that, I'm out. I'm not staying in it.
If you're so upset and you're so mad about the situation and you feel like you could never get over the situation, don't take it out on the kid. Remove yourself from the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remove yourself from the situation.
Because that begets like abuse, like a child becoming emotionally abused. Yeah. Maybe even physically abused, because like if she's denying candy, like that already is like emotional. That's a lot of stress on a child. So an innocent child that's being brought into the world that has nothing to do with anything is now like dealing with trauma from an event that they have nothing to do with.
Nothing to do with.
So
absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I definitely agree with you on that one. Now that is not to say that you would like encourage men, okay, go out there and have a baby and I'm going to stay with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, it's like a really, really rough one.
But she decided to stay. So,
yeah, she did decide to stay.
You know exactly what it is when you said.
So you gotta think, like, am I gonna be able to handle this? Or if you're at a point where you see that you can't even handle it after deciding to stay, maybe it's time to depart.
Yeah.
Because you can't handle your decisions.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know, like, I'm never an advocate of breaking up a marriage, but I feel like in this situation, she married him after the fact. I don't know, like women tend to make some like hasty decisions because it kind of makes them level up. Like, okay, so you wanted to have a kid with my man, if you want to look at it like that. So now I'm going to level up and I'm going to show you something. I'm going to marry him. And I don't.
People think like that?
Of course women think like that. Of course. Okay, so like, I don't think like that, but like, there's women out there.
Actually, you think like that?
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Because, no, of course not. But like, I don't know, like, if I'm not married to you, and another woman has like, I'm trying to think through this. Okay, so one thing in my life that I've learned is you can never really truly make a decision about what you're going to do until you are in that scenario.
Yeah.
So I don't like to say, okay, this is what I would do, or this is what I wouldn't do.
And that goes back to my point. So other topic we talked about.
Hold on, wait. But what I do know is, if in a situation like that, if I'm going to stay with you, I'm not going to mistreat a child. Yeah. So if I know that these are things I can say, yes, I'm going to do or not going to do. But I stay with you, which I don't even know if I could do. But if I were to stay with you after you have a child out there, God forbid, yeah, I am going to have to, I'm going to like suck it up, buttercup, like, and deal with that child.
Who's to talk? Maybe she was stepping out on him too. It's just that he got caught up doing something else. You know what I mean? So
why do you always do it? Like, why do you? Okay.
You know, like, nobody knows.
But why do you always do that?
No, that's why it's easy for her to forgive it. That's why it would be easier for her to say, you know what? I'm not gonna.
Is that why you think that women might be forgiving a man because she might? Okay, so Nick always does this.
I'm saying.
I'll say to Nick. Nick will tell me a scenario, and I'll be like, he was probably cheating on her, because I feel like I'm the expert in that area. Like, I know. I feel like I'm really good at detecting things like that.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Nick will be like, well, how do you know she wasn't cheating on him? And I'm not saying she wasn't or she couldn't have been, but it's more than likely, because we know that men can be weak at times, and we will, I guess, talk about that in another scenario, but it's more than likely he cheated on her. More than likely, if somebody was not cheating, it was the woman. Let's be real and honest with this conversation. And if she wasn't cheating on him,
so you're stepping on the minefield for every woman in this world.
What did I say? I said more than likely the man was cheating.
Wow.
And the woman was not.
Only men cheat, guys.
I never said only men cheat. I said it's more than likely he was cheating. She probably was not cheating.
Okay.
And he got caught.
Well, what I'm saying is,
what do you think this is? You think it's like he cheat, she cheat?
But I'm saying,
world? Like, this just happens regular scenario?
No,
what?
What I'm saying is, I'm throwing another angle at it. Like, what if? But it's hypothetical.
Women forgive men. Listen, women forgive men all the time. Okay?
Men forgive women too. You can't say, you can't say exclusively.
Okay, so that is another topic all in of itself. Yeah. But like, it's more than likely that a woman is forgiving a man versus a man is forgiving a woman. Men cannot even get past, I looked at him and flirted, much less she did a whole, like, she cheated on me. Like, she had a whole affair. Come on, Nick, let's be real. Let's be real. How many men out there do you know that have stayed with their women after? And I know you know, because you've been in the military, so I know you know men have been cheated on like crazy. How many of them do you know that have been cheated on? We're talking in numbers. Yeah. Do you know how many of them that you know have been cheated on have actually stayed with a woman? They've been like, oh, honey, I forgive you, and I'm going to stand for you. You're a liar.
Plenty of them.
For sure you're lying to me.
Plenty of them.
That's not true.
So that theory has been ruined because there's plenty of them.
That's not true. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. Okay. I don't buy it.
Okay.
They cheat more than women do, for sure. Okay. Just to prove it, I'm going to look up some statistics here. Because I know the statistics, I can't even speak. Statistics may not be accurate.
But guys, it was that video. It was a very interesting video, and I wish I could find a video so she could upload it and show you little snippets of it. But I was listening and it was going for a little bit, but after the kid got involved, after she started saying some stuff, then she lost me, and I was like, oh man, so that's my take on it. Regardless of what it is.
Okay.
Do not get the kids involved.
Okay, so we have settled on do not get the kids involved. And you guys can go ahead and tell us what your take is. Would you stay? Would you go? And we're going to move on to this men versus women thing because Nick thinks he's slicker than slick. I don't know where he got his statistical information from, but I know the women that have cheated on the men have gotten left by those men because men are like babies for the most part and they cry about everything. According to the Institute for Family Studies, men are more likely than women to cheat.
Not a reputable source, guys, for that.
It's okay. So it's the Institute of Family Studies. What do you mean it's not reputable?
Okay.
Okay. So 20% of men and 13% of women reported they've had some type of episode with someone other than their spouse while married.
That's a high percentage, man.
20% of men. These are the admitted people because I believe it's probably higher than that.
Oh, don't do that, really. Do not do that. you can't be added on to the statistics, man. Don't do that.
But 13% of women
don't do that.
Reported 13% of women. That could be higher too.
Way higher because women are lying and lie wicking our money.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So anyways, let me just go off of my common knowledge, right? So obviously, I'm a woman, so I have female friends. And yeah, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I personally, I have never cheated before. Never, ever, ever cheated before. Okay? Let's not make this super spicy. I have never cheated before. I'm speaking for myself. Okay? Now, I can't speak for Nick. I can only speak for myself. Okay? And I know other women that I could say probably have never cheated. I don't know what they do in secret, but I could say they probably have never cheated. Now, I know women, I've been to work, I hear the females speaking. I know women that have cheated, right? And I'm going to say usually when women cheat, we're totally going off topic here, but usually.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, I was just about to say that. This conversation is for another Friday night, guys.
Usually, yeah, where Nick is going to answer the hard questions for me. But usually when women cheat, it's because they feel like
there you go again, stepping on a minefield for every woman there. Tell us how every woman feels.
I feel like usually when a woman is cheating, it's because she's been cheated on and she just feels like it's like she's getting him back, you know? It's like a rebuttal.
Women don't cheat, guys. Only men cheat.
No, I feel like when a woman does,
Nadine says only men cheat.
I did not say that.
That's what you're saying.
I did not say that. I said most likely.
Indirectly, that's what you're saying. Okay.
What did I say? What did I say?
All men are cheaters.
I did not.
For no reason.
My gosh!
This is what
we have done to all men. That would include you, Nick.
No, this is what you're saying. That's what you're saying. But this is what you're saying.
Who wants me to ask him the tough questions? This is getting really good.
This is what you're saying. You're saying all men cheat for no reason, and women cheat for a reason. That's what you're saying.
No. Men have a reason why they cheat. But let's not get into that. Let's not get too much into that. The point is, cheating is common in men, okay? Cheating is common in men, okay? So we have this from many different sources. Cheating is more common in men.
Okay, guys. So I guess she's saying that in what we're talking about with the guy and the
let me throw something at you. I know you're not in this situation. Please don't give me like the Mary Poppins answer.
I'm gonna be as honest as I can.
I don't want the perfect world answer.
No, I'm gonna be as candid and as honest
you to answer the question. I want you to answer this question now. Okay?
I'm here. Who else is here?
Okay. Nick, please be honest with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Nicholas, if I came to you and you saw my stomach, it was growing, and you assumed that this child was yours, this would never happen. She assumed this child was yours. And then at some point, I couldn't take it anymore, and I said to you, this baby belongs to somebody else. So I'm pregnant, and I want to let you know the baby belongs to somebody else.
What are you asking? What would I do?
What do you do?
I don't know.
Like, I'm sitting here telling you that this baby belongs to somebody else. We're married. What do you do with me?
I don't know. So I don't know what I'll do.
That's the Mary Poppins answer. What do you think you would do?
I've got. So this is kind of a loaded question.
I know it's a loaded question.
You got so many things going on, right? I've invested so much time in my family. You know, it's the dynamics of this is so much where it's like, okay. So
it's
now,
another man's baby.
If that ever happens,
it's another man's baby coming out into the house.
At this point,
you're married, which means technically it's now your baby.
Yeah, but think about this. At this point, you have to kind of do some self-evaluation too, right? And see where you went wrong and what happened. You know, like honestly, you gotta do that.
I'm laughing at you because if I came in flowing like that, Nick would be out the door.
No, you can't say that because
you would be out the door. You wouldn't laugh.
You can't say that.
I know this man.
You can't say that.
Man. He would be so out the door.
I'm telling you, guys. If you're in a situation, I can't speak for every man, right? But it all depends on your situation. What you got invested, how you feel, blah blah blah.
I wish at this point, I wish I could hear from our viewers. I wish I could.
But I'm being for real. Like, it happens to people every day. This is a real situation you're talking about.
Yeah, this is a real situation. It happens every day.
And there's a lot of people who stay, and there's a lot of people who go. You get what I'm saying? So it all depends on where your level of understanding is, and what you're willing to accept. You know, so I mean.
So you do okay. So since you rebutted the fact that I feel like I'm delving into other topics, but I mean, we kind of have to cross over a little bit. So it's okay, it's fine. Because we are going to talk more, we're definitely going to talk a lot more about cheating on this thing. Yeah.
Let me finish answering the question. So after I do my self-evaluation, right, if I see there's nothing where I fell short at, or, you know.
Look at me.
No, I'm saying, if there's nothing I fell short at, and then it's just, you just want to do something different, then I have to I got to accept it until I'm out. You know what I mean? Like, I can't.
So you don't feel.
There's no.
So Nick,
if I didn't give you a reason to.
But if I feel like you gave me a reason. Okay. So
That's what I'm saying.
So are you saying that women give men a reason to cheat? Is that what you're saying? So this man probably gave this woman. Did you guys hear what I just heard?
No.
This man probably gave this woman probably gave the man a reason to go out, have an extramarital affair, which yielded. And
that's not what I'm saying.
There's more to the story. Like, there's so many facets of the story that's so wrong. First of all, why was he having like unprotected affair with this woman? Why?
That's different. That's
not even a different. So like, okay, so you had a kid with another person.
Yeah.
How did we get to that point? To the point where he even conceived the child.
Yes, there's a lot of moving parts that can get you to that point.
There is a lot. We know. So our equipment died on us. So let's head back to where we were. You said there was a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Okay. So it takes a lot of moving parts for this to happen.
Literally.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
I'm laughing because Nick says it's funny because Nick says he's gonna evaluate the situation and based on his opinion of whether or not he felt short, which makes no sense to me because clearly if somebody is cheating, there's not only a problem on your end, but there's also a problem on my end, right? And like I wholeheartedly believe that there's a
So let me ask you a question. Like for that scenario, right? If I do, when I evaluate the whole situation and do a self-evaluation, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be some dialogue between me and you to find out what really is going on. And what I'm saying is, if I fell short in the whole situation, then I could see, if you tell me like you weren't doing this, blah, 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 because of this, and you show me certain scenarios or you have certain things that you said, I could be like, okay, but listen.
But it's your opinion. And your opinion is now skewed based on the scenario. Because I could just be like, well, you didn't tell me I was pretty enough. You didn't tell me that you loved me enough throughout the day. You didn't make me feel like somebody else did.
But if I know I do, then you're lying. I know you're lying.
So we get it. There's a lot of moving parts, and that is like literal. So moving on to what you were saying, like, I mean, how do you digest that though, Nick? Like, I mean, remember, like, this is a child. You say that you're going to evaluate the situation. I say this is what I was feeling. It may not be right, but this is what I was feeling. Just as a man probably tells a woman the same or even worse. You're making up, you're gathering in your head. I feel like I did this. She says I didn't. You decide, okay, I've made up my mind. I'm out. Because I think I gave her all of that. But you may not have. That's just your viewpoint. Like, who's the judge here? That's like such, I just know that she would never deal with it.
So this is the thing though. This is the thing. And to your point, that's a great point you brought up. But I think when you're in all right, let me get. I mean, to your point that you just made, it's one of them things where in that circumstance, in that situation, you went out of the marriage and you did something.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
And I could just hear you saying,
So I mean, at that point, you have to show some type of, you got to give some type of sympathy, some type of to the person who you did wrong to, right or wrong. Like you went out, you step out the marriage, and you went and you have a kid for
that's the obvious
for somebody else.
That's the obvious. It's likely that a woman would be coming to you,
so you kind of
because she feels bad about it. She wants
so it's up to me. So the whole is gonna be up to me, right? Okay. If I want to stay or go.
It's interesting because the tables have turned, and usually when a woman is like, "Well, it's up to me," a man is not having that kind of response. Like, okay, So it's just interesting that because I just know for so many reasons.
No,
it's more than, listen, this now becomes more
like,
than,
honestly,
hold on, this becomes more than an it's up to me situation. I feel like when it comes to men, it's more like my ego did this to me, people are going to know. That alone crushes their decision to actually stay. That alone.
That is true.
That's the bulk of it. If a woman will do it and take the ridicule and, take the hits for staying, but a man,
So this is the thing.
It's not going down like that.
So this is the thing where what I've come to realize, like a lot of situations all hang on where you are in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where you are as a man in life, you know. So a super younger me, I'm not even giving it a second thought.
I know.
I'm out of it. Like once you said something, I'm out. You know what I mean?
That's the one fair though that men think this way.
Yeah, but I'm saying, listen what I'm saying. But there's stages to life, right? So at a point to where I'm at in life now, there's a lot of things I gotta think about. You get what I'm saying? I can't just make a decision just like that. You know, like there's a lot of components to my decision making now. Not only in that situation that you give me, but in other parts of my life too. You know, like you get to a point in life where things matter and things, so you have to be conscious of the situation and the decision you're making. So
okay,
so it goes back. I say all of that to say it all depends on where you are in your life.
Okay. So Nick says he would never leave me even if I had an extramarital affair, which for the record,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I won't.
Nick says he will leave me.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying I won't.
He would leave me if I had an extramarital affair. Okay,
but it just
all fun and jokes aside, this is a serious topic. So seriously, like I personally would never step out on my marriage. I value my marriage. I respect my marriage. I respect my husband. I respect myself. I respect my kids. I respect my household.
Yeah.
So I personally would never do it. But Nick says he would consider. I don't believe it. I believe most men, majority of men, I wish I could get the stats on that. How many men actually forgive a woman?
The younger
that steps out on a
the younger me, guys. The younger me, I'm not even giving it a thought. I'm not even thinking about it. You know what I mean? But
I disagree. I say the younger and the older. But if you say so, I'll just ride with it for the case, for the states.
Yeah.
For the sake of the podcast. However, I don't know that I totally agree.
You get older, you get wiser, you get more mature. So I mean, there's a lot. You get more patient. Guys, you get more patient, and the older you get a little bit more patient. So I mean, that's what I think about that.
Okay, this is kind of like another step into another area, but like a lot of men will say that men and women cannot do the same things. Now that's a whole other topic, and I'm not going to even get into that or entertain that comment. But that's how I feel like men think for the most part. And what percentage of men stay with a cheating wife? Let's see. This is a law firm, so we're not even gonna. That's not a reputable.
Not reputable, guys.
I'm trying to see if I could find like real quick a reputable site that might give us some information. I can't really, but just for the fun of it, let's just. I can't even. Okay, so and more men than women stay married.
What it says, more men than women stay married?
So close to 25% of marriages, this is not a reputable site, but like somewhere here it says 25% of marriages stay together after an instance of cheating. 25%.
That's quite a bit.
Low number.
To think about it.
I think that's a low number.
But like cheating is like what? What
they say more men than women stay married when they are the cheating partner. Okay, so more men stay in the marriage when they know they're the cheating partner. 61% versus 44%.
On the other end?
On the other end. So like men, 61%. So yeah, I feel like men are more likely to stay in a marriage when they know they're the cheater.
Okay.
Women, I guess if they know they're the cheater, it seems to me that they're more likely to leave because women are probably cheating for other reasons than men.
Yeah. Step on the landmine for all these women.
No.
They're cheating for a reason, guys. Because the guy made them cheat.
No. They're probably cheating for other reasons.
Because the guy, right?
No, because of a man and a woman, like a man and a woman's makeup are totally different, right?
Yeah.
So the chemical makeup is different. Thought process is different. The movement and the reasoning behind why they do things is probably going to be different.
That is true.
So it's probably like, I feel like when a woman cheats, she's pretty much done. So that's why she's cheating. Because she's done. Like, she could probably walk away anyways, right?
In most cases, you're saying?
A man, I feel like a lot of times when he's cheating, it's more like he's not. Okay, so again, touchy. And there's so many more cheating topics to cover here, but like, I feel like with him, it's more like, it's more of an instance of, I'm cheating because I have an issue within myself, and the woman probably does too. So don't get me wrong, but it's just like different issues, right? I have an issue within myself. It probably is heavily related to esteem and ego. I'm not saying the woman doesn't have an esteem issue. It's just, it's balanced differently. So like, I think when he cheats, because it's more related to esteem and ego, his reasons for just kind of going out there and doing whatever he's doing, coming back and wanting to stay in a relationship are going to be looked at differently by him. So he actually probably does not want to leave his marriage.
So you're saying a man want to conquer the world, and a woman think differently?
Charles B. Pregnant. Well, around that time, Sarah, what? Oh, she didn't even answer this. Sorry, I got it.
Who was that?
Sheree. She's probably thinking. Anyways, so sorry for that interruption. Let me put my phone down. Anyways, so I would say we're probably on two different mindsets with this whole cheating thing. And
no. We're not. Listen, we're not in two different mindsets. It should never happen. Cheating should never happen. Okay, guys. Cheating should never happen. So regardless of what it is.
But I'm just saying, you know like, me, but me thinking.
I think what she's saying is, man and woman cheat for different reasons. Right? That's what you're saying?
I think they cheat for different reasons. I don't condone it. And I also think that men cheat more. Naturally, they cheat more than women for so many other reasons. We're going to discuss this in another topic because it's controversial. And I know he's saying that I'm saying all men. I didn't say all men, but like, it's really controversial. Bottom line is, getting back to groundwork, should a woman stay after she's decided to forgive a man and he has had an extramarital affair that has yielded children? Should she stay and treat the child as if it was her own? And my answer to that question is yes. Yeah. So people might argue that I'm not in it, so I don't know.
But it's not. So okay. So I agree. Yeah. My answer to that is yes. But just because of the kid, right? Like, when it comes to the kid, there's no reason for you to treat the kid differently. Yeah, child is innocent. If you accept the child, the child is innocent. There's no reason for you to treat the child like an outcast. So if you decide to forgive your spouse, there's a lot that comes with that. So you got to understand what you're forgiving and what it is and what it takes to forgive somebody. And so that's pretty much what it is for that one.
Yeah. This is a really good conversation, and I would like to continue it in many different forms. We always have debates on things like this, so I want to hear what you guys have to say. I'd be really, really, really interested. Please, I'm begging, leave a comment down in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this topic, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up on this podcast topic. If you guys want to hear more topics like this, definitely let us know that you found it interesting, or that you want to hear more topics, or give us your viewpoint. We don't care what it is, whether you agreed, disagreed, whether you had a strong opinion about something that we said. This is open forum, no hard feelings. We are willing to hear what you have to say and willing to continue the conversation in the comment section down below. If you guys give us a like, YouTube is able to push this out a little bit more so that more people can see the conversations that we're having, and we can make this a much juicier, much spicier. So, you guys want to see more things like this, conversations like this? Hear more.
Yeah, just tell us. Just type down below. Tell us what you want us to talk about, or what you want to know about us, and we'll definitely address it.
Yeah, and I feel like I should be putting Nick in the hot seat on a future episode, so I'll consider that. Anyways, give us likes until our next podcast next Friday. Please stay safe.
And we're out.
Bye bye. We are out. We will see you guys next Friday for another steamy, controversial, popular, hot topic. Bye guys. See you later.